welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be another Aldi haul and shopping list breakdown. So at the moment I'm filming a series called 5 meals for under £25 from Aldi. So all the episodes in this series are currently linked down below. I do this like pre-episode of the cooking video because it's much easier to break down the shopping list you're going to need for the meals you'll be seeing in the cooking video, and it's a really good way just to sit down, talk you through the prices and how I kind of plan each week when I'm doing my 5 meals for under £25. If you're not already, follow me on Instagram because some of the recipes do go up on my Instagram. So the next 5 for under £25 video also has a theme. So the last one was themed slow cooker. I've also done an Italian theme and I've done a general week theme. This theme this week is going to be Spanish. And on that note, I'm very excited to tell you that Babbel is sponsoring today's video. If you've never heard of Babbel, it's an online language learning service where you can pick from several different languages and start learning them all the way from basic all the way to being fluent, which is incredible. I am someone who regularly goes abroad, and I've always had this nagging thought in my mind that most places I've been, everyone tends to speak English. I've always felt slightly bad about that, especially when I'm in a foreign country. I should be able to at least speak the basics, and Babbel has facilitated that for me. So Babbel, I'm currently learning Spanish. I thought, that's a great language to learn while we're cooking some Spanish inspired meals in our 5 for under £25 video this week. I have learnt the basics, so I'm fairly confident if I'm to speak to a Spanish person now, I could probably have a very basic conversation, which is really, really good considering I've only actually been learning Spanish for a few days now. I have found that for someone like me, I need to learn in a fun way, in a very easy and broken down way, and I'm a very visual learner, which I love about Babbel. You can learn via games, flashcards, you can learn via live classes, and for someone like me who's a visual learner and just wants to learn basics, it's absolutely brilliant. Babbel has actually very kindly given me a link, here you are, and it's down below for you, which you can use to get yourself 30% off of their 6-month, 12-month or lifetime courses. I know that's an absolutely fantastic offer right now, and I would really recommend taking up that offer if you are planning on learning any languages, or if you just want to set yourself a little challenge. It's fantastic for the family as well because Lawrence and I have been having a lot of fun speaking Spanish to each other and testing each other. I'll show you some words that I have actually learnt as well.
We've Espanol.
Yeah. By the way, I think paella is paella.
Yes,
because ella is her.
LL.
Well,
LLA.
ELLA, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Sí.
Yeah,
Sí.
alright, okay, so hello.
Hola.
Thank you.
Gracias.
My name is Sophie.
Oh yeah, yo soy Sophie.
Yeah.
Yo soy Sophie.
Yeah. And what about...
Tú eres Lawrence? Are you Lawrence? That's because I know you.
C.
Sí. Sí. Adios.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Ah.
Okay.
You've done a few words, you learned a few words, and in a couple of days' time you've kind of forgot where you were at. You can actually go back and do things again. They do various other languages, and I am very much interested in learning Italian and Polish. I have some Polish friends who all very kindly speak English to me, and I don't know any of their language, which I feel really bad about. So Polish is probably next on my list, and I'm going to surprise them one day and start speaking some Polish to them. I did do German and French in school, but I should probably brush up on those. It's a fantastic app, and I just want to say thank you to Babbel for sponsoring today's video. Let me know if you do take any of the language courses up. Let me know what language you are currently learning or what you have decided to learn once you've signed up with the link. I would love to know, and yeah, enjoy. I'm going to be cooking some Spanish inspired meals. These are meals that we really love to cook at home. They're meals that I picked up from visiting places in Spain, and I've kind of put my own adaptation on, and also they're really affordable, cheap budget ways of eating. Kind of a bit bougie. I like to enjoy my food. I love delicious and nutritious meals, and at the moment we are all trying to save as much money as we can, and that's why I'm creating this series, because I want to create really good food the whole family can eat, on a small budget. So yeah, if you are enjoying this series, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you're feeling extra nice. And let's just go. I'm reading off my meals from this list. I use the Microsoft to-do list. I always get questions about what my to-do type list is, and if I'm writing like a to-do list, I always use this. If I do my shopping list, however, I do that in a very particular way, and I will show you that, I think, in a separate video. One of the meals I'll be creating in my cooking is Spanish hake and salad and chips. For Spanish hake, salad and chips, you're obviously going to need some hake fillets. This feeds actually 3 of us, so 2 adults and a baby. This is probably the only meal that's probably a little bit bougie, a little bit more expensive than the others, just because you're buying fish. It's got like a fish or meat product. So Aldi does some gorgeous smoked hake fillets, and we've got these boneless ones. 2 smoked hake fillets came to £2.75, so really that's not a bad deal at all. So with this, you're going to be adding some very Spanishy flavours, so lots of smoky flavours like smoked paprika. Also going to be using sweet potato for your chips. You can use white potatoes. To be honest, when I make this dish, I normally use white potatoes, but sweet potatoes were on a really good deal in Aldi this week. I got one of these, which is 57p, and it's absolutely humongous. So you only need 1 per 2 people. So if you're cooking this for 4 people, you need 2 of these, and they are 57p each. And again, just olive oil and smoky seasoning, smoky Spanish style seasonings will be going on top of that. Also, you're going to need just a few olives. Now, it's definitely more cost efficient if you buy the olives in a jar. Aldi had sold out of those when I went shopping, so I had to buy the fresh, well, they're all fresh olives, but I had to buy the olives in the pot. So these are a bit more expensive. For this pot, it was £1.49. This is going to last over 2 meals, so grab about half of these, finely dice them up, and you want to add them into a salad. I'm just doing a really simple spinach salad this week, with spinach, tomatoes and olives. Absolutely delicious, really, really nice. If you finely slice these and mix them into your salad about an hour before serving, it gives just such a gorgeous aromatic flavour, and it's really, really enjoyable. So yeah, I really recommend it. Little question for you: if you are an olive fan, because everybody has a preference, green or black olives? Mine are black olives. I just love the black. I love them both, but I just love black olives. And you're going to be using a little bit of fresh parsley. So the parsley from Aldi is 55p. It would be better to buy it pre-planted in a pot, but they didn't have any that time. So I just bought some parsley. Luckily, all of this will be used in my Spanish week. You're also going to be adding 1 pepper. So 1 of the peppers that you buy will be allocated to this dish. And again, a really good money saving tip is to buying a bag of peppers 1 week. Make sure you have a few meals that week that incorporate peppers easily. Peppers mixed are from the essential range, are £1.16, and there's actually loads in there. So I'm going to be using them for a few recipes, and I might even still have some left over. So per portion, this is a really actually affordable meal. I'm going to be adding some tomatoes into your salad. You only need about half of 1 pack because you've got quite a lot of your salad here, so you don't need too much, to be honest. It will go a long way. So you're going to be using about half of 1 of your packs of tomatoes, and that's 95p. And then we have some spinach, which you'll be using. So all you'll need to do with the spinach is give it a really, really good wash. Add a little bit of olive oil. To be honest, I normally add the oil that comes with the olives, so it's got a nice spice and flavour to it. Add it to your salad leaves, and salt and pepper, really nice. And the spinach is £1.59. So that's that dinner. It's a very bougie, it's probably going to be our kind of like date night style dinner that week. It's a really, really delicious meal, and actually a lot more affordable than you think. And everything there, apart from the fish, is going to be used in another different dish. So you're not buying all of that just for 1 dish, you're buying that for several dishes that we're cooking. We can't have a Spanish week without making paella. So we're making a paella as well, of course. And it's going to be a chorizo paella. I know I'm not saying that very authentically, but I don't want to get my pronunciation wrong. Is it paella? If you're Spanish, well, let me know how to pronounce it. Spanish inspired paella is going to be chorizo. So you're going to take a chorizo ring. This chorizo ring from Aldi is £1.79. You can make this last more than one dish. We're making it for nearly 6 people, so 5 adults and 1 baby, and when I make it, so that's going to be more than enough using one whole ring. You will chop it into small little cubes. And yeah, it's really good with this dish. I've made this dish before with tofu and it was really nice. So with the tofu, you just need to season it very well with all the correct seasonings like paprika, chili, garlic, and dry it out a bit. Anyway, so you need a chorizo ring, which is £1.79 from Aldi. You need some of the spinach leaves that we've already accounted for, so that was £1.59. You're going to need a lemon, because lemon goes really well with this dish. So I got the wonky lemons to save a little bit of extra cash. I would normally get the unwaxed lemons, but I had to get the wonky ones. But these ones I will be giving a really hard scrub before using. And these are 50p and we've got 4 in there. We're going to be using nearly a whole thing of garlic, well, at least a half. Crushed garlic. So garlic, I would have said, is a cupboard essential. However, you need so much garlic for this week. It's normally like what you'd already have in your cupboards, but garlic from Aldi is 79p and you're going to be using at least half of one of these for this dish. You're going to be using a whole pack of your tomatoes. I bought 2 packs of tomatoes because we're using all of the tomatoes this week, so I've already accounted for half a pack. But one of the whole packs you're going to be using for this dish, especially if you're making it for up to 4 people. So we've already said, but tomatoes are 38p. You're going to need some rice, obviously. Now, Aldi did not have any other type of rice other than basmati rice. Now, basmati rice probably isn't the best because it absorbs so much water so quickly. When you're making paella and you've got it constantly going, you don't want it to absorb too much because it turns into mush. So if you can, in your Aldi, they normally do sell it. They sell a short grain rice. Sometimes they actually have Spanish rice there, but if you see a short grain rice, I believe risotto rice goes quite well with this dish as well. We'll include it at the end of the video when I do my final cost reveal. But yeah, you need a short grain rice. You're also going to need an onion or 2. I bought, again, I always buy the wonky onions from Aldi just because you get so many and they're always really good quality, to be fair. The onions are 55p for all of those. And you're going to need one of the peppers that we've already accounted for. £1.16, so I've already mentioned that, but you're going to need one of the peppers that will go in there. And I believe, oh, a little bit of parsley. And I believe that's it for our paella. So one of the meals I'll also be making next week is my baked chicken and rice. This is something I love to make. I make lots of variations of chicken and rice. I do like a lemony version, spicy sriracha version. We do like a Chinese chicken style version. And I do a Spanish style version. So super duper simple, one that the whole family tends to love. Really filling, easy to throw in veg. And yeah, I love this dish. So we're going to need one of our lemons, which we've already accounted for, and just to remind you of that price, they are 50p. We're going to need some of the spinach, which we've already accounted for. Obviously there's quite a lot of spinach there, so that's great. It's basically all going to be used. An onion, price already accounted for, but just as a reminder, 55p. Then obviously you're going to need some chicken, so some chicken thighs from Aldi. This is the larger pack because I'm making this for 6 people. And this is going to be £2.25. Some parsley, and then we're going to need some cupboard essentials, so paprika, we're going to need some garlic, which we've already accounted for, salt, pepper, olive oil, and a few Spanishy spices and herbs. And you're also going to need the rest of your olives, because I mentioned we're doing olives. So the olives baked with the chicken just go very well. So the 4th dish we'll be making is a traditional Spanish omelette. So this one, honestly, omelette is so underrated as a meal. You can put everything you need into it and you've got a really cheap, healthy and nutritious dinner and filling. And generally kids love an omelette, so you really don't need to make it super fancy. So omelette, obviously we're going to need some eggs. One thing I do not cut price down on is eggs. I have to get organic, particularly if you're making an egg-based dish, because you can really taste the eggs. You want them to be good. So I always get the organic eggs from Aldi. A 6-pack, £1.79, and we'll be using probably 5 of those. Also going to be using the last of any tomatoes that are left. Generally, you don't actually add tomatoes into a Spanish omelette, but we're going to anyway. We're going to be rebels next week. 1 of the onions grated, so that's good. We're using 1 of the onions we've already accounted for. And you're also going to need some white British potatoes. Specifically, new potatoes work really well in this because they're much more supple and easier to throw into this dish and easier to eat. They go a bit more creamy. They're absolutely delicious. But my Aldi didn't have new potato. Like, what's going on with my Aldi at the moment? But they didn't have new potatoes. They were all sold out on the day I went shopping. And parsley, again, completely optional, but it's in the price today. And then you're going to need a healthy dose of virgin olive oil and salt and pepper. And then you've got a really, really good meal. Now, with the potatoes, if you do get some new potatoes, you can make some like homemade small fries on the side, or you can get 1 large potato and make some fries on the side, or you can do a similar salad to the salad we're making earlier in the week for the side of your omelette. So omelette and salad goes really, really well together. But obviously there's quite a lot of potato in the omelette, so you don't actually need like a side. A salad would go best, to be fair. Here's one of my cheapest, but one of the most surprisingly delicious meals I love to make. And then the 5th meal we're going to be making, a really cheap but easy one. It's a pasta dish. Now, I know pasta isn't very Spanish, it's a little bit more Italian, I must admit, but I didn't want to do another rice dish, and a lot of Spanish dishes are very rice heavy. And I thought a pasta dish would be nice, to be fair. But we're going to be doing a chorizo style pasta, so you're going to need some pasta. Now, this is definitely a little bit more of a bougie pasta. You could get much more cheap and still make a really delicious meal. It's £1.49 for this bag, and we're going to be using probably 2/3 of it if we're cooking for about 4 people. So you're going to need some pasta, and that's great because you'll have some left over. And again, you're going to need a chorizo ring. You can, and I often make this as a tofu dish or a chicken dish, so it's up to you. But chorizo, I wanted to mix it up this week. £1.79. So we have actually got 2 chorizo rings in today's haul, and it's well under the budget again. Then you're going to be using much the same ingredients. So you need some of your garlic. You also need a whole tin of chopped tomatoes. Chopped tomatoes from Aldi are 38p. A whole tin of tomatoes. You're going to need 1 of the peppers. That means almost all of the peppers have been used and accounted for. Less food waste, better value for money. Any parsley that you have left over, again, less food waste, better value for money. You're going to be using any of your spinach that you have left over, better value for money. And different types of seasonings, which you will see in the cooking video. Really, really delicious, tasty, delicious, like a Friday night with a glass of wine type meal, I have to say, because it's nice and creamy. So those are the 5 meals you're going to be seeing in my 5 for under £25 video coming very, very soon on the channel. Here's our final receipt. So our total came to, as you can see, £21 and 34p. So what we do need to add to this is risotto rice, or paella rice, but the closest I could find in supermarkets was risotto rice, and unfortunately I really could not find a price in Aldi for that type of rice, but I did find that rice in Lidl for 90p, and that's the rice we're using to cook some of the recipes in the cooking video. So add 90p onto your £21.34, and also a bag of small potatoes from Aldi, which we're going to use for some chips, and also in your omelette is 63p. £21.34 plus 0.63 plus 0.9, £22.87. So still absolutely well under the budget, which is fantastic this week. There probably will be a couple more additions which are going to be affordable, but what I would say is, for example, the fish dish, if you want to cook that for up to 4 people, you can buy 2 packs of the hake, and that's still going to be under your £25 budget. But yeah, that's the budget this week. I think it's really, really good. I'm looking forward to doing this in the next challenge. Do let me know which theme you'd like to see next. I hope you're enjoying the series. I'm really enjoying filming it, and I'll see you again really soon for the cooking video. Stay tuned, subscribe if you're not already, and yeah, have a great week and I'll see you soon. Bye.